One of our favorite drills with the Rack Attack utilizing the ledge pad is our wrecking ball drill, where we're working on the hip explosion. In the weight room, you might be doing band pull-throughs, med ball throws. We want to work on that explosive movement pattern with our hips and put it into an aspect of contact with the wrecking ball drill. Starting this drill, your players are going to get underneath the Rack Attack. They're going to measure the distance with their hands under the ledge pad as they condense their body down into that good coil posture. The first movement has to be the teeter, or the slight weight transition forward that is priming our body to explode on that ascending angle to create that force deflection. On go or your coach's command, the player is going to teeter and explode with their hips. Remember, the wrecking ball is hip-driven power. So we want to strike the pad with our hands, but all of that power is sourced from our hips. We're not standing up and striking it. We're not stepping to strike. We're teetering into that hip uncoil. When your players start feeling very comfortable with that hip uncoil, that wrecking ball motion, we want to create a little bit of space, so we have to creep or foot fire to close that distance, because on the football field, we have to go towards contact. That's not always where we are on that spot of field. So to start this progression of the drill, we're going to measure out with our arms length away. We're going to be coiled down into our posture, and on go, we're going to foot fire into the uncoil. So Jake's going to measure out the distance away from the ledge pad. On go, he's going to foot fire on his insteps until he gets back to that distance where he can uncoil those hips. Ready, go. Good. With this progression of the drill, we want to make sure players aren't taking a big step to punch. They're not having a big hunched shoulder. They're being able to move through space in that coiled posture, ready to explode. A third progression is to add a resistance band, where you can go back to the very first iteration where they're underneath, and now they're working on that hip explosion with some resistance. So Jake's gonna measure underneath the pad with his hands, making sure his palms are underneath. I've got the resistance band behind, just giving a little bit of resistance. We want him to be explosive, but we want it to be a little bit challenging. Ready, go. Good. The Rack Attack allows us to utilize that hip-driven explosion that you're working on in the weight room, and we can add it to the wrecking ball drill and work on an aspect of contact. So again, we're optimizing our time in the weight room, getting ready to dominate on game day.